how is it that you react to narcissistic behavior? What is it that you do? How does your behavior shift? Are you consciously aware of some of the things? What is the self-protective behavior that you will move into? I know one of my clients, what she does is she immediately goes into explain and defend. Okay. She's always sort of, as soon as she gets that sort of pushback, that dismissive, devaluing, she increases how much she talks and how much information she gives. And it's actually, you know, that because that's her part of her self-protective behavioral set or pattern of behavior. In my case, I'm always trying to figure out. And again, when I'm being more self-protective, I will either sort of just let something go. I'll move into absolute avoidant mode, try and figure out a way to sort of redirect so I don't have to tackle it head on. So that's my self-protective sense, right? So what is it that you do? So if you're here with me live, share. If you're catching it in the replay, let me know, how does your behavior shift when you're dealing with the narcissistic persona, whether it's at home or if it's at work. One of my clients goes into people pleasing. She just completely says, you know, sort of like she's, you know, like water on a duck's back, so to speak, but it's not really. She just goes into this hyper, well, I'm going to make everybody happy and I'm going to make sure everything's okay and I'm not going to worry about it. I'm not going to say anything. And that's sort of her response to it. Others I've seen, you know, sort of in that same situation, try and play the role of the peacemaker or the, you know, the negotiator between, you know, the narcissist and other folks within the room. But everybody has that place that they shift into. I've seen clients that have absolutely flipped on their own stance on a situation, absolutely abandon what they knew was the right thing and the right decision and the right way to move forward in the face of the rage of someone working out of their narcissistic persona. Because again, one of the symptoms we've talked about around the narcissistic persona is that ability to shift. I always said with my exes, like he could go from 0 to 100 in a nanosecond, right? There was no steps in between. It was like, it was either fine or it was furious. And there was literally no stops between those two stations with him. And so how do you go with someone who you seem to have a relationship with and then all of a sudden they're in that narcissistic, you know, defensive, arrogant sort of approach to you, bullying and devaluing and making comments like, what are you, stupid? And, you know, what are you talking about? And, you know, all of those sort of dismissive things that they can do. So how do you respond? So let me know if you're here with me live again, you know, post it in the comments or catch it down. Make sure you write it down, because this is the first step in really being able to survive the narcissistic persona, is being consciously aware of and being able to catch yourself when you shift into your own self-protective behaviors in reaction to their behavior. So knowing what you do, knowing the reaction that it triggers in you, is the first step in being able to catch yourself and shift, and to make that shift. And always, always remember, when we start talking about that awareness and catching ourselves, we might not the first time behave differently, but even just having that conscious awareness of, oh, here it is, I'm shifting my behavior in reaction to the narcissist's behavior. That's our first step, right? Awareness, 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 and then we shift. And that's the way it always works for us in terms of development.